With your back to the arc, to your left you will see a large cement building. Head that way. As we are walking that way, look left and notice the Rim Memorial Stadium, which is our football stadium. Sports Illustrated selected Memorial Stadium as the most beautiful outdoor arena in the country, and for good reason. Built in 1923, the stadium seats approximately 76,000 screaming Cal fans. One of my favorite aspects of being a Cal student is sitting in the Cal's rooting section on game day. Not actually sitting, but you are jumping up and down on the benches and being led in cheers utilizing the wall of sound theory. During halftime, we use card stuns, first developed here at Cal. The last football game of every year is against our rival, Stanford University. One of their school colors is red, so we have a lot of Spirit Week activities like donate a red shirt to the homeless, get a blue Cal shirt for free, blood drives where you get the red out, pun intended, and so forth. Recognizing how important games are to understanding and being a part of the Cal culture, the California Alumni Association donates season tickets to incoming students. Turn around and walk to the right of the large cement building and to the left of the white building. This white building on your right is Minor Hall, and is where the School of Optometry is located. I've been referencing these schools on campus throughout the tour, so now I want to give you the official list. We have 9 professional schools on campus. They are the Haas School of Business, the School of Optometry, Goldman School of Public Policy, the School of Journalism, the School of Public Health, Bolt School of Law, the School of Information, the School of Social Welfare, and the School of Education. When you have reached the bottom of the hill, make a left and stand in front of the large building. This is Worcester Hall, home to the College of Environmental Design. The building was designed in the brutalist style, where function is emphasized over form. Students use the skylights, the metal, and cement to allow light to bounce around and give a very pure feeling of the building. Half the people will vote this the ugliest building on campus, and the other half will vote it as the most beautiful. I'll leave it up to you to decide what sort of lessons this building is teaching the architects of tomorrow. Turn around and head towards the building with the overlapping green scales on it. This is the Jean Grey Hargrove Music Library. In addition to the standard complement of books, there are over 50,000 audio and video recordings and an extensive collection of rare manuscripts. One cool fact about this building, the first floor layout corresponds to the city of Berkeley's official street grid, and the top 2 floors are rotated slightly to align with the historic grid of the campus. Make a right and head towards the 2 connected peach-colored buildings. These are Hertz Hall and Morrison Hall, which are our music buildings on campus. In addition to being one of the oldest music departments in the country, it is also one of the most prominent. Besides a wide array of courses, there are also music groups like the University Symphony Orchestra, Chamber Orchestra, the Choral Ensemble, multiple a cappella groups, jazz ensembles, etc. You might also notice a sign saying Free Noon Concert. Once a week, the music department sponsors a performance and an accompanying lecturer. One of the favorites that I've attended is when Yo-Yo Ma was here with the Silk Roads Project. It was the highlight of the month for me. Going past the music buildings, you will see in front of you a green grassy area known as Faculty Glade. Take the path to your left and head down towards the brass statue. Faculty Glade sits at the front of the Faculty Club, which is a building you see on the right-hand side. Faculty Glade is also nicknamed 4.0 Hill. During freshman orientation, incoming students participate in another Cal tradition. If you can roll down the hill in exactly 4 cycles, you'll get a 4.0 that semester. I will tell you, I didn't believe this for my first year, so I didn't do it. But then I felt like I missed part of my Cal experience, and I did do it at the start of my second year. And I, of course, did get a 4.0 that semester. So it's all the power of the Hill. By now you've reached the bronze statue, which is a statue of Papy Waldorf. Papy is perhaps Cal's most famous football coach, and he led us to more big game victories than any other football coach in Cal history. You see listed on his clipboard all of the dates of his wins. The way things have been going lately, I wouldn't be surprised to see a statue of our current football coach, Jeff Tedford, before too long. Directly across the field from Papy is the Faculty Club. The Faculty Club was designed during the arts and craft movement in 1903. It's a really cool building and is open to the public. I would highly recommend taking a moment to go on inside and get a sense of old-time Berkeley at its finest. The Faculty Club hosts a lot of cool events, and you often see professors, staff, and students in deep conversation, and Cal alums coming back to campus to have a wedding or other forms of celebration. With your back to the Faculty Club, as you face the Papy statue, there's a bridge on the right-hand side. We're going to head up this bridge now, crossing over the same Strawberry Creek we saw near the beginning of the tour. Once we have crossed the bridge, let's head up the red brick stairs towards the large clock and bell tower, one of the campus's most famous landmarks. This clock tower is officially known as Sather Tower, nicknamed the Campanile, which is Italian for clock and bell tower. This is the third largest clock bell tower in the world and the largest in the United States. It stands at 307 feet tall, or 98 meters for all you scientists listening. And yes, there is an observation deck on top with a view you won't want to miss. On the south side of the Campanile, you will notice a casting of Abraham Lincoln, the president who authorized the land grant that put the university in business. The sculpture was designed by Gutzon Borglum, the same man who designed the presidential portraits on Mount Rushmore, South Dakota. Walking now around the tower to the opposite side, you'll come to the main entrance. Here in front is a memorial honoring John Galen Howard, the principal architect of campus whom we talked about earlier. It's considered to be bad luck to walk on the plaque, so if you do it by accident, you're supposed to run down the Campanile Esplanade and rub the granite ball. Above the main entrance to the tower is the University of California's motto, Fiat Lux, which is Latin for Let There Be Light. You'll also notice a bench with the sad bears on it. The sad bears are for the students, faculty, and staff who died during World War I. Now I urge all of you to take the elevator up to the top. You'll get a full panoramic view of the campus, the city of Berkeley, the Golden Gate Bridge, and the rest of the Bay Area. Up at the top of the tower there are 61 bells forming what we call a carillon, which is a set of bells that span more than 2 octaves. The largest bell is roughly the equivalent size of a VW Bug and weighs over 10,000 pounds. Carved onto the side of the bells are names of historic chancellors and presidents of the university, as well as a bear figure which faces towards Ursa Major, the bear constellation. The bells chime every hour, and a short concert is played 3 times a day with selections ranging from classical music to the Beatles. About a dozen students take a course every semester to learn how to play the bells. Imagine if you were playing a piano, how easy it is to play a chord. Well, the slats on the bells are about the same size as your fist, so pretend making a fist and pounding down to play 1 bell. To play 2 bells, you use both hands. To play 3 bells sequentially, you need to use your foot and play on the footboard. The last day of every semester, the university plays this sad, somber song known as The Hanging of Danny Deever, and that's the last music from the tower until finals are completed, so as to not distract the students from their studies. The song is played by a graduating senior and is considered to be a great honor. walking around to the west side of the Campanile and look out towards the view of the Golden Gate Bridge. The Campanile was built in 1914 and completed in 1917. The Golden Gate Bridge wasn't designed until the 1920s, and construction didn't start until 1933. So while we originally just had the sweeping view of the bay, we now look out on the world's most beautiful and iconic suspension bridge. On a personal note, I often come to this spot and gaze out every time I'm feeling stressed or lacking perspective. I always feel this rush of the California spirit channeled through the Campanile, and I always leave feeling reinvigorated. I hope that you can experience a small part of that standing here and looking out on the bridge. We're going to walk down these red brick stairs in front of you towards a large red brick building, South Hall, on your left-hand side. Notice as you're walking down the main library on your right as we close off the large loop we've made through this eastern part of campus. South Hall is the oldest building on campus, built in 1873. Interestingly enough, it now houses the newest school on campus, which is the School of Information. On the building's facade, there lives the smallest bear statue on campus. Can you spot it? Take a look. Above the main balcony, you will see a series of ceramic rings. The third ring from the left, you see something about the size of your fist sitting in the ring. That is the smallest bear statue on campus. Originally, the campus just had two buildings, South Hall, which you see before you, and North Hall, which is where the Bancroft Library currently stands. Imagine everything else that surrounds you being built up as the campus grew into the institution it is today. We're going to make a left now towards the two yellowish buildings that look a little like a castle, Moses Hall and Stevens Hall respectively. These buildings were the original Student Union buildings. They now house the Institute of Government Studies, the Philosophy Department, the International Area Studies, and the Study Abroad Office. Berkeley has students studying in approximately 30 countries every semester. The list of countries change every year as the geopolitical climate changes. What's cool is that for most programs, the university will treat you as if you're still a Cal student, and your financial aid and payments are the same. And if you are diligent, you can study abroad and still graduate on time. Make a right now and go down the side of South Hall towards a large oak tree. This tree is in front of Wheeler Hall. Wheeler Hall houses the largest lecture hall on campus at 762 seats. On the weekends, we use this space as a movie theater. We also often have sponsored lectures in this space, especially around elections. Also housed in this building is the English department, the college writing program, as well as the UCDC and the Cal in the Capital programs that enable students to go to Sacramento and Washington, D.C. for classes, seminars, and internships. Keep walking down the hill from Wheeler Hall towards another large white building with a white roof. This is Dwinelle Hall. Dubbed as the Berkeley Maze, this building has been the subject of many legends. The building combined the function of two different kinds of buildings with different requirements, and as such, the building has a very confusing interior. The building houses all the foreign language programs, the film studies department, the rhetoric department, the comparative literature department, and the history department. There are 45 languages taught and materials for another 100. Make a left now and head towards the Green Gate. This is Sather Gate, another one of the premier campus landmarks. This used to be the official south side entrance to the campus. You'll notice a series of 8 marble panels on Sather Gate, 4 nude women and 4 nude men. These represent the 8 original degree-giving programs, 4 in the humanities and 4 in the sciences. These plaques were taken down upon the request of Jane K. Sather, the benefactor of the gate. She noticed that students were covering up the nude portions of the panels, and she felt that university students should know the difference between naked and nude, and so she ordered them taken down. They were put into storage until the late 1970s, where they were rediscovered. It was decided by the administration that we do now know the difference between naked and nude, and they were reinstalled. The lights on the top of Sather Gate were among the first on campus to be electrified. The ornate style of the lights was seen as a fitting symbol of modernism for the front door of the campus. Just on the other side of Sather Gate, you'll see a large circle on the ground. Cable cars used to come down Telegraph Avenue all the way to the entrance of campus, going through what is now known as Sproul Plaza. When the campus expanded in the 1950s by a city block, the cable car track was taken out and Sproul Plaza was created. Sather Gate opens onto Sproul Plaza. This is one of the most vibrant and historic areas of campus, the place where the free speech movement was born. It was back in 1964 when the administration told students they were no longer allowed to discuss their politics on campus. They said politics, but what they meant to do was stifle open debate about racial integration practices surrounding the civil rights movement, and after that it became an effort to cut off public discussion of the Vietnam War. The students' reaction was powerful and passionate in defense of their First Amendment rights to free speech, particularly in the context of a university committed to a free and open exchange of ideas. Berkeley really became a symbol for a conversation that was happening all over the place. Imagine this entire plaza filled with people standing shoulder to shoulder, surrounding a cop car in the middle of the plaza, having arrested a student for exercising his right to free speech, with people on top of the police car, ironically taking their shoes off to be respectful of the authority. And you start to get a sense of what was happening. Coming out of the free speech movement, students firmly established their rights of free speech. In my opinion, Berkeley today is seen as a place where any point of view can be viewed and expressed. In that way, we are a leader in the country because we continue to bring the conversation, whether it's political, spiritual, or academic, into the forefront of the American ethos. It's one of the most important and powerful roles a university can play, and I'm so excited to be a small part of it. Students use Sproul Plaza to hand out flyers, table about their clubs, hold coordinated protests, and other functions that were all made possible by the FSM. Especially during lunchtime, this is one of the most vibrant and fun parts of campus. Every time I walk along Sproul Plaza, I bump into someone that I know. It adds greatly to the social dynamic of campus. Continue to walk down Sproul Plaza towards the steps of Sproul Hall. In front of the main steps of Sproul Hall is a monument to the FSM. A hole in the ground with an inscription that says, quote, "This soil and the airspace extending above it shall not be the part of any nation, and shall not be subject to any entity's jurisdiction." End quote. This is of particular significance to me because it means that pure free speech exists, but no one can actually fit inside of this, so it's always just beyond our grasp. It is something that we have to continually work for and strive for. Sproul Hall is the main administrative building on campus. It houses the admissions office, the financial aid office, the registrar's office, and several others. If you have questions about any of these areas, you should go inside and ask for help. You may also want to step inside and take a look at the great collection of historical campus photos that line the first floor hallway. I mentioned a moment ago that our student groups table and flyer here on Sproul Plaza. The Office of Student Life supports and advises to student organizations that are a vital component of the Berkeley experience. So much of the college experience extends beyond academics, and it's about being the well-rounded and fully engaged citizen. Student organizations include, but are not limited to, the arts, academics, cultural, Greek life, political, professional, publications, religion, service, social, and sports. You get the idea. There are over 700 student organizations on campus, and if you don't find the one you like, you can start your own. Like academic advising, The Office of Student Life has advisors to help connect you with a like interest. They really helped me find my niche on campus. While facing Sproul Hall, look to your right. At the end of the plaza, you will see Telegraph Avenue coming directly into campus. Telegraph is filled with local shops, restaurants, and vendors unique to Berkeley. At the end of a long day of classes, it's really fun to be able to go and grab a bite to eat in such a vibrant area. Turn around once more. You will see a tall building on your left. This is the Martin Luther King Jr. Student Union Building. The student bookstore is located inside this building, so you can go there to get all of your Cal gear. In addition, the Student Union houses our multicultural center and large spaces for student group functions. To the right of the MLK Student Union Building, you will see a fountain. The fountain is called Ludwig's Fountain. Ludwig was a German short-haired dog who would come every day to the campus and was adopted by the students. All day long he would play in the fountain and greet students. In 1961, the Regents named the fountain in his honor.